Welcome to the Shield Football Podcast. We back to hold it down for another episode. It's me, Jerron, hosting. We got DC in the building, Kraft, and then we got Steven in the back running the ones and twos. Shout out to Fredo, still not with us this week, but we're going to keep it pushing, keep it moving. We are going to get right into it. We're doing okay. I hope y'all are doing okay. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, but we're going to get right down to the nitty gritty. First and foremost, a couple signings that we were questioning this week. First to come across our timeline was the Stephon Diggs signing, coming off an ACL injury that held him out for half of the season last year. Diggs just got a contract for 3 years, $69 million with $26 million guaranteed. DC, what are your thoughts about how this came about, the fit and the contract in general?
Yes. I know they needed a receiver, but this ain't the route I thought they would go. I guess they just spending money because they have to spend it. 3 years, $69 million for a guy that, just coming off, like you said, ACL tear. You really don't know what you're going to get, especially at the age that he's not a spring chicken anymore. But I don't know if it's just to stick it to the Bills or something like that, but it's going to be interesting when he play those couple of games against them. He got him one time this year with the Texans, but now he gets to play him twice. So I know it's going to be a real homecoming for him, one of those games. But the $69 million, I just couldn't get on with it. I just not could get on board with that. I think they could have spent that money elsewhere a lot better. So I thought they would have picked a receiver through the draft or went and traded for a much younger receiver. Right. But they got the money to spend, and they spent the most so much, so we'll see what happens with it, man.
Yeah, overall, it's a huge question. I didn't expect him to get anything near what he got. $16 million fully, his guarantee was $20 million. 3 years, $63 million base salary plus incentives, and the guy really got everything he wanted.
Yeah,
coming off an ACL injury, and already we got questioned about, is he going to be ready? Where's he going to play? Has his play diminished enough to where last year he was the number 3 receiver? You agree with that?
Yes.
So going into the Patriots, can he be a number 1? And what do y'all like? Are they going to get them early receiver like a Tech McMillan to be the number 1? Have him be the Batman, or because as a number 1 receiver, it didn't work with Josh Allen. Why is it going to work with Drake May?
Right, and he's 2 years removed from Josh Allen now. So like I say, the number 1. Going to be pushing it unless some of these other young cats they already got like Polk and Boutte or somebody show up, but him being the number 1 still, that's going to be a big question mark going forward with these guys. You got a young quarterback, chemistry definitely won't be there from the jump, and it's going to take some work, and it may be almost the end of the year before they get that thing right. And how is he going to be able to deal with that throughout the season? They're been frustrated, and we've seen him be a diva before, so I don't know how that's going to go over with a young quarterback.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a curious fit. Like I never thought, first of all, he would get this contract, and then him going to New England to be the guy. I just don't see it working out well. I'm glad he got his money, but we're going to talk about another deal. These cats are getting paid. I don't know what's in the water, but it seems like these older cats are actually getting the money, and it's good for them. Good for them. The next one, Russell Wilson. who signed a deal with the New York Giants for $21 million with a $10.5 million guarantee. Again, another one of these dudes who got paid with a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah.
How do you feel about, first of all, getting Jameis, having a number 3 overall pick, getting Russell Wilson on a 1-year deal, all how that just laid out. How do you feel about what the Giants are doing?
We talked about this last week when it happened the next day, and we both like that's stupid. There's no reason they would not sign Russell Wilson. They just signed Jameis, and I'd be damned if they didn't go the next day and sign Russell Wilson. I still don't get it. Why? You got Jameis, and let Jameis, if you want to get a quarterback, let Jameis be the bridge quarterback, okay, and roll like that. But not you bringing another quarterback with more questions. Do we really know who the best? If it wasn't for Jameis' turnovers, who would be the best quarterback in this situation? So I wouldn't have spent that kind of money. I'd have spent that elsewhere versus bringing in Russell Wilson. You know what? It's day ball. Your job is on the line. We talked about that last week. The whole front office can be gone. Everybody but the owner can be gone halfway through the year based on how this season go. And I don't think that Russell Wilson's going to come in there and save that for you. I really don't. So that's a big year for Daboll. He got to pull a rabbit out of a hat if he want to keep his job this year.
Yeah, and again, a lot of questions to go around. Like, if you knew you had the chance of getting Russell Wilson, why bring in Jameis at all? I know he got paid backup money, but they don't mesh well together at all. The styles of play aren't similar. The only thing I could think of is cut the season in 2 halves.
Yes.
Russell Wilson, you start out the season because we saw last year, you started out pretty good. At the end of the year, it didn't look too good. Like that arm started wearing out, the hits and all the games played started slowing him down. And then have Jameis come in and do something if he has to, you know what I'm saying? But the another questioning part about this is they have the 3rd pick.
Yes. Yep.
Rumors are they still could get Shador. So you're going to have a quarterback room possibly with Russell Wilson, Jameis Wilson, and Shador Sanders. None of this goes together.
No.
This is a bad throuple in general. And then you got a coach on his last legs trying to just – to me, this is reeks of desperation of them being like, Daniel Jones didn't work out. We got to do something. And it's just like, to me, it's all a waste.
It is.
It's all of a waste.
It really is. Because at some point, like they got the, like you say, number 3 pick. If you're taking Shador, then what are we doing? He ain't going to sit the bench the whole year. I can promise you that. So you're going to have to bench Russ for that. And I just can't see Russ say, I'm coming over for this. I don't know what the conversations were. And Daboll, maybe he must got some assurance from the owner to be like, we'll let you make it through this year. It's gonna be trash, but we're gonna let you make it. It doesn't make any sense. This is very similar to what Atlanta did last year, but on a very smaller scale as far as the money involved for the veteran quarterback. And Russ, I don't see it, man. I don't see it because I can't see them picking at 3. Shador's still on the board, and they passing that up. They'll never live that down.
Right.
You already got the Saquon Barkley stuff hanging over you, remorse. So now you get another chance to get the quarterback, what they say that's what you need, and you can't pass him up at 3. You just can't do it. And then Daboll, his career on the line with a rookie quarterback at that point. You're going to have a veteran coming in for half, then the next half is going to be a rookie. So, I mean, he's pretty much just a lame duck for the most part at this point of the season.
Yeah. Joe Sheehan is outdoing himself every year. First of all, we watched him on Hard Knocks in the offseason, which was a bad look. We see how he handled Saquon. Now the way he's handling just trying to preserve his job by getting these journeyman quarterbacks, and then it just doesn't look like he knows what the hell he's doing. Because the plan couldn't have been this.
No.
The plan couldn't have been Russell Wilson because we know they wanted Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford gave them the Heisman pose that no. We don't want. I don't want anything to do with that. I want to stay on the West Coast. So from going from Matt Stafford to Jameis and Russell Wilson it's just hey, good luck to him, I guess.
Yeah, that's all you can tell.
1 year deal for Russ, and he's gonna be right back on the street again looking for another job. So,
Makes no sense at all.
well, moving on to Dak Prescott rumors. This gave me a good chuckle. So I forgot what the guy's name is. A radio personality in Cleveland, and he was so strong in his belief that he had a source on the inside, and the source said, "We are in discussions with the Dallas Cowboys and trading for Dak Prescott because of Myles Garrett staying. They had some kind of QB plan." It's preposterous. I couldn't believe that this made headlines like this. Yeah. The guy is a kook. The way he sounded like he sounded crazy from the jump. And I looked into it at first and I was like, maybe. And then I was like, that don't make sense. But then you look into the numbers. If Dak is traded, it's $148 million off your dead cap. Who is? There's no way in hell anybody's gonna do that. It just doesn't. And then go back to Dak Prescott having a no trade clause.
Right.
So,
yeah,
it just doesn't make sense. Like I said, the guy, he got his viral moment, I guess, but none of that makes sense. What do you think?
You know that's all. I guess that's all he was looking for, the viral moment, because he is very stupid to think people would believe that. So they were going to send Deshaun Watson. What was Dallas going to do about a quarterback?
Right.
Why would they do that? It makes no sense at all for the Cowboys to do anything like that. You wasn't going to send Myles Garrett to Dallas. So, I mean, what are they going to get out of it? For their franchise quarterback. Yeah, that guy, he got egg all over his face. He need to be kicked out of Cleveland. And I seen somewhere where the owner admitted that Watson deal was a mistake. Oh, Haslam, he came out and said he swung and missed. So now they're going to have to live with that another year. I think they're going to let him ride one more year, and whatever was left on the contract, they're going to just boot him after this next year and just pay it. They're going to get him up off of there.
It's crazy because Deshaun Watson, if he's traded, that's a $125 million dead cap hit also.
Oh, no.
Man, Cleveland is a laughable organization, but the way they fumbled this Deshaun Watson deal, it's crazy.
It's one of the worst in history, man, by far. One of the worst deals ever in history. For what they paid and what they got out of it, they got absolutely nothing out of that.
Probably the worst.
Yeah.
The worst, because they, as you said, they got absolutely no good play out of him after his time in Houston. It's just it's all bad all around for the Cleveland Browns. Somehow, some way, Myles Garrett chose to stay there. Somehow, like, I don't know what Haslam has, like what kind of hypnosis he puts on people, because somehow he makes the front office do whatever he wants. Yeah. So the Johnny Manziel, the Deshaun Watson, and then Myles Garrett went in to talk to him directly, and somehow he got him to stay. It's like they gotta keep him away from the team to make the team better. Yeah. In other Dak Prescott news, he's back training. He looks like he's lost a lot of weight.
Okay.
Like, he looks like the slimmest I've seen him. And it's that time. Get on your TB12 stuff. You're coming off a soft tissue injury for your hamstring. And he's going to be more important. His health is going to be more important this year than before.
No doubt.
Because you got a whole new regime. You got a whole new offensive line coach, whole new play caller, whole new philosophy. if he's not there, this is a 5-win team tops.
No doubt.
So he needs to make sure that tip top shape. He needs to be talking to Tom Brady's guy about stretching and all that kind of stuff, because it's necessary for him to play all 17 games.
And you know, back talking about those Browns, I'm sure Kevin Stefanski now at the point like, will y'all just fire me?
Yeah.
Please let me go. Let me out of this circus of Cleveland right now. Just get me out of here. I don't want no parts of this at all. Please just let me go. And he'll have a job the next day. So he'll fire me, he'll have a job the next day. I know he's ready to get out of there by now. He's tired of dealing with that, man. He's too good of a coach to be dealing with that.
Absolutely. Move on to the league owners meetings that are going on. They're proposing a few rules that are debatable, to say the least. And we're going to talk about them. We're going to debate them here. First and foremost, still looking into this tush-push rule. It's still like the hottest debated thing coming out of the league. Like every time you see an article, it's about this damn tush-push rule, and they can't come to an agreement about it. I did see Sean McVay talk about it, and his comments were, I guess he's opposed to it. And his quote was, "What I don't like is the opposite of the play. Looks like a rugby scrum, and there are some health and safety things, which those things exist in short yardage and goal line situations as well. I'm kind of conflicted because you don't want to be a hater, but they do it because they do it better than anybody else. So I don't agree with that, but I also wish we didn't let the play happen in the first place." How do you feel about? Do you think it's going to get banned or not? Basically,
that last part where you say they shouldn't have never let it happen in the first place, but we're past that now.
Right.
And we're past that, and there's no significant information that says there's a lot of injuries coming from this. If the NFL changed this would be a very weak move to me to do this, because it ain't like we're doing something that everybody can't try.
Right.
It ain't, well, your kicker can kick 60 yards, so we ain't gonna let him kick no more because everybody can't kick a 60-yarder. No, what are we doing? Just because we can do it and you can't? No, there's been things in the league for years that some players can do and some teams couldn't. But this right here, it makes no sense, man. Just leave it alone and just try to work on stopping it, because like it's rugby scrum, but for the most part, if you're gonna do that, then when a running back breaks through the hole and he's got 2 or 3 guys on him down the field, your big lineman can't come up behind him and push in.
Right.
That's when you get legs and everything caught up in the pile. So no, you can't. If you're gonna change that part, just change the whole pushing on offense. Period. If you're gonna do that, whether it's a net formation or if it's a running back that's down the field 5 or 6 yards, and he's got 3 defenders on him, and he's almost to the goal line, and your guys want to run up behind him to push him the next 5 or 6 yards into the end zone.
Yeah.
So change it then.
Blow that dead too.
Yeah, kill all that. If you're gonna go all the way. So yeah, that's weird. I hope they don't. I really hope they don't, man.
I don't have a feeling anyway anymore.
Yeah.
If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. The Eagles already got their Super Bowl out of it, so hell, and let them keep doing it. I did like when you said that earlier about like the other instances. That is like saying Calvin Johnson, you can't catch no back shoulder fades anymore because you're too good at it. So I'm like, damn, you made a good point. Like maybe they should just leave it all alone. In Green Bay, the Packers are really like they are dead set on getting this play out of. The Packers played them twice, and they got beat both times. But man, they are so angry about the tush push that it's not even funny no more.
Yeah, Green Bay, you got other problems. You need to figure out if Jordan Love is your quarterback of the future or not. That's the thing. You got Mr. Jekyll and Hyde himself. That's what y'all need to be worried about in Green Bay.
Get you some receivers that can catch.
Please.
How about that? All right. Also, they're talking about the 18th game again. As of right now, we already know it's going to be approved. I don't know why they're doing this back and forth. Every year they're going to propose it. It's going to get approved.
Yes.
I hate that idea.
I do too.
I can't stand the 18 games. I didn't like the 17 games. 16 was perfect. If they just left that alone, like, of course, it came with more money, but still, man, like, it's kind of diminishing the game to me. It's kind of, I know that in the 17th game, the players already tore up. Most of my team's players didn't even make the whole season. So how are you going to add another game? Expand the rosters then.
You have to.
Make it a college roster. If you're gonna get all these damn games and give them another bye week. Same thing in college. College has multiple bye weeks. Like they don't even start the season on the same week as everybody else. So they're gonna have to get way creative if they're gonna make this comfortable for everybody. But yeah, like, what do you feel about it?
I'm with you. They definitely, the first thing they're going to do is put in an extra bye week.
Yes.
Because I think what they're trying to do with this extra game is put another one overseas. So with that kind of travel, you got these 12, 14-hour flights to places, and then these guys are going to have the next week off. So you definitely got to put in two bye weeks. And, of course, you got to expand the roster. And that instantly got to increase the salary cap, instantly. It has nothing to do with negotiating, collective bargaining. If you get this game, it should instantly raise the salary cap and allow at least a minimum of 5 more players on that roster. Minimum.
Yes.
You got to have more players on the roster. Like I say, by the time the year's over, these guys are beat down.
Yeah.
Even though they world-class athletes, but it's like being in a car accident every week for these guys in the trenches. So, yeah, you definitely got to expand the roster and give them up something for these overseas games. And these teams losing home games to go to Germany or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
I understand Jacksonville, a team that don't push much of a home crowd. Let them play all of them over there. But then you got somebody else that's got to go over there to play them. So, yeah, I don't know how to feel about that part either. But 18 is too much, man. It's just too many games.
Is the league being too greedy?
Yep.
It's all about money. And I don't know anybody besides the owners want this. Fans probably don't even want this. I know for sure players don't want it. I think the NFL is getting kind of greedy.
Yeah. Like how your team is. Our home game is in Germany. Wait a minute, I wanted to go to a game, and one of our games got to be used in Germany.
Right, for them. Yeah, right.
No, I'm not. No, why would I tell you? Don't pick my team. Pick another team. At all. No, we don't want to go over there. Have a home game over there somewhere else. No, in Brazil. No, and a lot of time the field conditions ain't what they are here.
Right.
We take care of the football field, and you're in a soccer stadium, and I'm sure the turf can be a little different there, and just the whole atmosphere. So I don't know why they would do that, man. And like I said, they need to stick to 17, see how this works for a little while longer before you jump to 18. But like I say, it's a money grab, man. But one thing I know, man, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered.
Yep.
At some point, it come back to get you, man.
Yep. Along those lines, the NFL is considering moving Sunday games to Thursday night with only 3 weeks notice. And again, this is greed.
Yep.
This is, hey, we want to get the hot up-and-coming team, and we just want to move their schedules all around. Like, if I'm a player, I'm so mad. Already Thursday night games are, let's say, ridiculous.
Right.
On their body.
Right.
Like, of course, we love having all those days of the week, but then it's like, what kind of danger of playing 10 games in, 2 or 3 games in 10 days kind of thing. It's just, I think this is a huge mistake. If you were to do it, because as of right now, it will be a month ahead of time you can be able to move it. I don't like them being able to move the games around anyway, but doing on 3 weeks notice is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the flexing like that. Flexing the last couple of weeks when you see games that's coming up with playoff implications. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But just because the team's on a hot streak, you want to move them. No, they can lose. But before that game, they can lose 3 in a row. Then you still want to put that product on TV. So, no, they don't really be shuffling those games around like that. The guys, they look at the schedule and they want to play and stuff throughout the year. Maybe their families got family stuff events they want to deal with or whatever. But no, don't just on the fly say, hey, we're gonna be doing this on this. What? No, I got to play on Thursday now. No,
Right.
So I'm about to take it easy on this Sunday, knowing I got another game coming up in 3 or 4 days. No, we got that makes no sense at all. Stop flexing just because you can flex it.
and it disturbs the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so the good teams are the ones that are going to be flexed.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at how the Chiefs were last year, Chiefs are injury riddled, and you're just moving around their rest days. They might have planned out how they wanted to travel, how they want to rest the guys, but it's just more selfishness on account of the owners.
Yeah.
To me, they're just looking at the dollar signs. They don't care about any player safety, any player discomfort, or anything.
Yeah, because what you're saying is you got these hotels and everything on the hook. Well, we got the Chiefs week 5. They're going to be here on that Sunday. Well, schedule got changed. They're going to come here on Thursday. So what do we do about all these rooms we done held off for this Sunday? Now we got to find a way to fill them. And then the people we done booked up for Thursday, move them around. So it's going to be a whole ordeal, man. I don't know how they're going to do that with for us travel and the hotels and stuff.
It's almost a disservice to be elite. Like, this isn't going to affect the Panthers or the bottom feeder teams.
It's not.
This is only going to affect the really good teams. Yes. So I guess like you said, the Buffalo Bills, the Ravens, they're just going to be ping ponged all over every network. Their schedule's going to be moved around. They're going to have to play on Thanksgiving, Christmas. They're going to have to be moved to more. It's just too much. Yeah. If you had a rule in to where there's a limit to the amount of times you could be flexed,
right?
Like, hey, this team can only be flexed once.
That's it.
Or hell, to me, the best idea would be to if you don't have a certain winning percentage, flex them out of every game. We don't need to see the Giants on any primetime game ever.
Right.
So that would be the reason why I would move everything. But other than that, again, it's just greed. It's just the NFL being the NFL, man.
Or just only flex when you coming off a bye. That game, they can the next game off a bye, they can flex that one, and definitely not before the bye. You don't want to be messing with those games.
Yep, and according to Pro Football Talk, NFL could play up to 10 international games in 2026. We just talked about it. This is more inconvenience just to put money in your pocket, in their pocket. But it's the reality. I wish they would just hurry up and just get a franchise over there.
Yes.
So that'll be your international game right there. We don't have to pretend to go to Ireland or go to Germany, but just put a team in London, and we could that's your international game, and it'll be on the schedule, and we can plan for it.
Yeah. If you really want to be over there that bad, just everybody sponsor maybe like a minor league. Let that be it's a world league, but it's all played over there. And you sponsor those teams over there, and if they get good enough, they can come over to your team. But as far as flying our guys over there just to make a buck, no, there's got to be a better way. Got to be.
Moving on to some other rules that they're voting on. I like this one. The Lions submitted a proposal to eliminate the automatic first down on defensive holding and illegal contact. I like that one a lot because, in my opinion, it just bailed out too many people. Right. And I would think about doing the same for pass interference.
Right.
If you have a 3rd and 25 and you just throw a Hail Mary ball and somehow a flag comes out, that shouldn't be an automatic first down. That should be 3rd and 15 now. Right. Give them their 15 yards, or hell, bump it up to 20. So we don't have to follow the college game. But do you like the elimination of automatic first downs on defensive holding?
You're talking about basically the spot foul.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got if you do that, it's got to be a minimum of 15 yards on it. You got to give them something, because you'll have guys running free and all of a sudden he just snatch them down, like in college.
Yeah.
In college they'll snatch you down because they know it's only going to be 15 yards versus that spot foul like they do in the NFL. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a double-edged sword with that rule right there. They're going to have to figure out something to make it right, because them defenders, they're going to be like, I don't give a care no more. It ain't going to be no first down. Even if I'm grabbing you on the line and I know I'm going to get beat, I mean, they're gonna start grabbing, man. So they got to figure out the fine line. You get 5, 8, 10 yards down the field and grab. So, so they got to figure that part out. For sure.
Yeah, I never thought about them actually just abusing the rule like that.
So yeah,
But it is what it is.
right.
Like, so if you beat them, you beat them. And I don't know. That's interesting, especially when it comes to like defensive holding. So if you have a like third and they just want to stop bailing people out.
Right.
I'm sure the Lions were negatively affected last year somehow, so they're proposing that. The Eagles, they're proposing to apply the current postseason of overtime rules to regular season games, that needs to be done. I don't like that there's different sets of rules. The rules are the rules are the rules.
Right.
Like if you want to give both teams possession in overtime, regular season should be the same way.
Yeah, you're right. So basically, you get the 15-minute overtime. So like you do in the regular season. Yeah, you need to go ahead and do that because I know the Buffalo Bills was the one that in the Chiefs game, that one that really set it off.
Yeah.
A while back, but yeah, there's no what I can't think of another game where the rules actually change. Like NBA, you still got 2-pointers, 3-pointers, all that.
Right.
The game doesn't change that much, no matter who
just
scores.
in the NHL, they go down to 4 or something like that.
Right.
It's 4 versus 4 in the NHL, but that actually makes the game more exciting.
Right.
This rule right now doesn't make the game more exciting in a regular season.
Yeah,
so
it's 10 minutes and one team to score a touchdown. That's it.
yeah,
It's a wrap. It's over.
yeah.
So yeah.
They're saying that most likely that'll get approved, and that's a good rule change.
Because you have seen guys that just run the whole damn near 10 minutes out.
Yeah, and it's boring.
Yeah.
It's boring as hell, yeah. The Lions also, they proposed a rule where the wild card teams are able to have a higher seeding than divisional winners based on regular season record. So for years, I remember back in, was it the Saints?
Yeah.
Remember the Saints were they were below 500.
Oh yeah, they only won like 7 games, 8 games that year. I remember.
Yeah.
Like 7 and 9 or something like that when it was 16 games.
Right.
Yeah.
And they hosted a playoff game just because their record was better. Do you agree with? Do you agree that divisional winners should host a playoff game no matter what?
I'm good with that, Jay. I'm good with leaving it like that. You win the division. I mean, if that's the case, then take the divisions away.
Right.
Just line them up 16 NFC, 16 AFC, and just 1 through 8 and run it like that. But yeah, I'm good with that winning the division. I understand they bringing it up because of the way the NFC North was, I guess, this year with all those teams. But
Yeah.
no, I'm good with it. If you good, you go beat them. They got less wins, so why not? You're supposed to be the superior team on paper. What makes it's just another road game? You already played 8 road games before this. This just another road game. No. The team can't be you're a 15-win team and you're going to play a 8-win team. You're still supposed to beat them, no matter where that game is played at. You have full strength, they have full strength. You're supposed to beat them because you're just a better team. I don't know if that's that big of a home field advantage when the record discrepancy is that big. I don't get it. I don't think it's going to be that big. So I'd like just leave it like it is, win the division.
Did you have a problem with that year when the Saints actually did host? Because I do remember now that we're talking about this. Everybody was up in arms. They said is an embarrassment. There's no way that the lesser team should host. Did you have a problem back then when that came up?
I didn't, Jay. Why didn't they change it then? That's when it should have been talked about right then. Change it then. Now I don't see it because hell, 3 years from now that division may not look like that.
Right.
But the division the Saints been in, they've been terrible for the last 3 years. They've had teams going into the final week under 500. Within the 2 weeks of the left, everybody's under 500, and somebody finally gets there to win a division. So no, I'm good with that. Just leave it like it is. I'm fine with that.
I would think about reseeding everybody. Then make it like the NBA, like 1 through 7, just free for all. At this point, if you have a problem with that, just reseed everybody based on their regular season records. The division should be held as a prize now.
Right.
Like if you win your division, the prize shouldn't be the home playoff game. You should, get your own trophy, your own banner, stuff they do already, but make it a bigger deal. Like, oh, we won our division, but that's regular season. Now we're reseeding for the playoffs, and now, hey, I'm an 8-win team. I got to go to Green Bay, or I got to go to the Lions or something like that. I'm okay with reseeding it, and keeping the divisions like it is.
Yeah, if you do that, then the way this is set up now, with the way the NFC East is set up and the NFC North, that's 6 teams possibly in the playoffs out of a total of 8. That means it's going to be a division where somebody don't even make the playoffs. So that, then you got to deal with that overall. Yeah, because you got to think about that, because the way it's looking, you might get 3 out of each, and then you ain't got but 2 spots left.
Yeah,
and the Rams getting the NFC West and whatever else is left over.
See, that's a good point. I don't mind it if your division's not up to snuff. If you're the NFC South and you don't have a team with a winning record, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Yeah. Just like the NFC North. Let them teams. How did they finish? They finished like
14-2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The Lions and the Vikings were tied.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Let them be at the top, and then if you don't have a good team, you're just out of the playoffs. I'm fine with that. I'm definitely fine with that. Going on to prospects a little bit. Ashton Genty had his pro day at Boise State. All 32 teams were in attendance. I don't know why all 32. This dude, he looks like he's going to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because we still don't have measurables. He didn't run a 40. I don't think he jumped. I don't know if he has a 3-cone or all he did at his pro day was work out. Was the
drills.
The drills, right?
Uh-huh.
And he looked amazing, to be honest.
Yeah.
So he's most likely a top 10 pick. How do you rank him in 2023 against Bijan and Jahmyr Gibbs? Where would you put him in that stack? Those were the other first round running backs that we had that were high, top 12 picks. So Bijan went at 8. Jahmyr Gibbs went at 12. Rumored. Ashton Genty's rumored to be a top 10 pick. Where would you rank him in between Bijan and Jahmyr?
I still probably would put him behind those guys, just because the level of competition that they faced the whole season long. He put up some big numbers, but they forced the ball down his throat a lot too.
Yeah,
and, so I would still put him behind there. Not to say he won't make it in the league, but off of what I've seen from all the guys, I would still put him, because I've seen these guys do it in the league already. So he would probably have to go to the right situation also. Well, yeah, I would still put him behind those guys, but I think he's still going to be. He looks like he's a hell of a running back.
Yes.
But I'm like you. I'm not getting why he's not testing out like everybody else. What is that? What is there anything to hide or what? But I would figure he'd be more than happy to test out, especially when they come to him at his pro day.
Yeah, that is a I wouldn't say concern, but it's questionable because all his tape looks like he's explosive and fast. Looks like his jumps will be high. It's just, I guess he's solidified in top 10.
Yep.
So I don't need it. It's kind of like Deion. Deion only met with 3 teams because he's like, oh, I'm not going to be there for y'all pick 5 and down because I'm solidified, so I don't have to do this if I don't want to. But physically, the dude is rocked up.
Oh, yeah, I seen it.
The dude look like a bodybuilder damn near.
And it seems like a trend of this year's draft class of arrogance. Abdul Carter, he only going to speak to the top 4 teams. I mean, the way things going, it might be a possibility you slide past for unless the Patriots are dead set on taking you. The latest thing may fall. You never know. You may not. You may go to 5, but because the other kid, I can't think of his name now. Cam Ward. I'm guaranteed the number 1 pick. I should be. I'm the best quarterback in the. Okay, you be careful what you ask for. But yeah, this is some arrogance in this draft. But I don't know what's going on. But he's gonna be a hell of a running back, I'm sure.
The thing about Abdul Carter, of course, we already talked about the stress reaction, possible future stress fracture, but he's still dealing with a shoulder injury too.
Yeah,
and that held him out of his pro day. It's starting to look kind of tricky in the light. I know he's a really good prospect, but he's just dealing with so much right now. And for him to be, like you said, kind of arrogant and, I'm not going to get out of the top 5, which he shouldn't.
he shouldn't.
He shouldn't. But what if somebody wants to come up and pick you? What if the Cowboys wanted to trade up from 12 to 4, come get you or something like that? But I think that's how the league is going, or these prospects are going, because more and more prospects every year aren't running, or they're not throwing at the combine. Their pro days are scattered everywhere, and they only choose to work out with their guys. NFL teams can't work them out. It's kind of, if I was an evaluator, I'd be nervous.
Yes,
because it's just a trend of. There's no reason Ashton Genty shouldn't run.
right.
We should be able to look at you versus a Bijan or Jameer side by side and say, hey, I know your tape is good, but we want to see how you are athletically, so we can avoid, like, what's the guy he was a running back from the Colts and he went to Alabama. He was a first round bust. Richards.
Yeah, Trent Richardson.
Trent Richardson.
Yeah.
Look, your tape is fine. Trent Richardson's tape was fine in college.
Yep.
He looked like a Ashton Genty type, but then he got to the league and he couldn't muster it up. We are trying to avoid Trent Richardson's. Maybe I don't think he's Trent Richardson, but hell.
And I forget the other Alabama running back, but Eddie Lacy.
Eddie Lacy,
got to the league and ate his way out.
Yeah.
So who did he got there? Yeah.
I miss watching Eddie Lacy. I can't lie. All right, so we're gonna go on to some of our I would say prospects that we love, prospects that we have questions about. I'm gonna kick it off with one of the prospects I love, and when we say love, you may like them a little bit more than consensus. Like everybody might have them here, but you definitely want to add them to your team if you possibly could, even higher than where you think they will go. And for me, my number 1 is Travion Henderson, the running back from Ohio State. I look at this dude, and he gives me Aaron Jones with a little bit of Jahmyr Gibbs in there too. Like, between the tackles, I believe he's got the burst of an Aaron Jones, but in the passing game, I think you can do a lot with the dude. He's a lightning bolt. If he gets a crease, if he sees any kind of daylight, he is gone. I know he ran a 4.43 at the combine, but he looks faster than that on tape to me. He's just his relative athletic score 9.45. People are saying that he'll be available for the Cowboys at pick 44. I'm like, no way. There's no way. I think that he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
If he is, I'm having a parade myself.
You running the card up.
But to me, it's either a trade up situation. I have him as my number 2 running back, it's Ashton Dempsey, then Travion Henderson. I know he's a little bit older. His age is higher, but man, every time I see him, he flashes on tape. I think he's got that Jahmyr Gibbs kind of. Once he's in the open field, he's gone, and that's exactly what I'm looking for a running back. What's your first one?
Actually, I'm with Omarion Hampton, North Carolina running back, man. I seen the 221. He runs the 4.4, and he's good between the tackles. I really can't wait to see where this kid go, man. I think he can have a hell of a rookie season. I watched a little bit of his tape from North Carolina, and I don't know how he slipped my mind this whole year. Why I hadn't seen anything on him, but he was hell of a running back. So I'm guessing you think he makes top 15?
I don't think he goes top 15, top 25 maybe. But I would look at him at Pittsburgh if Pittsburgh doesn't get a quarterback or anything.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense at all. So yeah, that's one of the guys I'm pretty high on for this year.
Okay.
Waiting to see where he goes.
All right. I'll go to my second one. Alec Ayumanor. Alec Ayumanor. He's 6'1". He is the wide receiver from Stanford. 6'1", 206 pounds. Ran a 4.47 40-yard dash. I was actually watching him today. The dude is tough. He's a downfield threat. He's a strong physical receiver, and he gives every DB a tough time. Like he went against Travis Hunter, gave him the business. I think I forget how many yards, but it was up there. And he, Travis Hunter is a generational prospect. This dude was tough.
Gave him that work.
He gave him that work. So. He jumped the 38.5. His broad jump was 10.7. He 9.56. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And his name isn't as hot as the Matthew Goldens or the Ted McMillans. I just think if you get him in a real offense, he is going to produce, because the Stanford offense was abysmal. That quarterback was trying to get him killed. And he was tough enough to catch the ball, take the hit, and still get up to do it all over again. I like him a lot. He reminds me of Michael Gallup a little bit when he first came out. I think he's got better speed than Michael Gallup, but and better hands to me. So that's my second love. What you got?
My second love is going to be Harold Fannin Jr. I know he played at the FBS level, but he led them in receptions, and he did have decent games against Penn State and A&M. He did put up numbers against competition, so he's the guy that I like the size of 6'3", 240, something like that, and can move. I really like that. I hope he goes to an offensive coordinator that really knows how to use him, man. But I think he's got a shot in the league. I know he's going to probably fall to about the third, maybe. Yeah, there's a lot of tight ends that they got in front of him, but he may be the pick, one of the picks of the draft, probably around fourth round or so. I think he's going to make some team very happy this coming up year.
I like that pick. That's a good pick. Going to my third, I've been looking at these offensive players heavily, so I'm gonna stick with the offense. Damian Martinez, running back from Miami. I think he is so underrated that it's not funny. He's 5'11", 217 pounds. He ran a 4.51 40-yard dash. And watching him, he reminds me of James Conner-ish, but with more burst. Like, whenever I see him, he's got really good burst for his size. He's physical. He breaks tackles. The offensive line for the Hurricanes was a little. To me, they weren't good running blockers, but he always made something happen. Like, he gets chunk yardage when there shouldn't be chunk yardage. I love him as a mid-round running back, maybe fourth round or something like that would be a perfect pick. And I think in a committee, he would be perfect. Like, in my best imagination, what I would do is I would get Travion Henderson, pair him with Damian Martinez in the later rounds, and let's go get 2,000-yard backs damn near. So Damian Martinez would be my third one.
Okay. And my third one is similar to a back, similar to what you were just talking about. Is Jadon Blue out of Texas? You didn't see him because of the injury, but if he had not got hurt, we'd be talking about him a lot higher up this board, man. And I think he's gonna fall, and he's gonna be a steal for somebody later on in the draft because he did his 40 this week, and he looked good. He looked good. He was rolling.
I think 4.29.
Yeah, he rolled. And he's only 5'9", 170, 80 pounds, but he can be a change of pace back for somebody. And I think and I heard he's supposed to be visiting with the Texans.
Ooh.
This week or the next week. They're supposed to be bringing him in. So if they could pull that off, that'll be awesome for the Texans to get him on the team.
What's the running back from Miami? Who went
A-Chan?
A-Chain.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He's a Devin A-Chain clone. And I watched him last week, and they ran that, that misdirection play they do where they put the ball out and then they toss it to him while he's going the other way. The Longhorns did that just as much as damn near as much as the Dolphins did, and he looked just like him in it. I don't think he's as good as, but for where you're gonna get where you're gonna get this cat, he's a good fit for that. That's a real good pick. Going on, let's do questionable now. Mm-hmm. Cats that we have questions. It's not that we would totally avoid them, or it's not that they're not good. It's just I need to see more. Mm-hmm. And for the first guy that I need to see more, Shamar Stewart, defensive end, Texas A&M. Mm-hmm. This cat he graded out as the best defensive end physically of all time. Number one out of thousands. So he's got his relative athletic scores, perfect 10. The highest you can go is 10. At 267 pounds, 6'5", he ran a 4.59 and a 1.58 split, 10-yard split. His vertical was 40 inches and his broad was 10. 11. So he almost hit an 11-foot broad jump. The guy he's more athletic than Myles Garrett, but when you watch his game, nothing happens. You can see like when he's free, he's at the ball immediately. Like it's just he's a blur. But whenever it's time to pass rush, he just gets blocked. He likes to get blocked. He runs into the blocker's chest and he just stands there. I don't know if it's an A&M issue. I would say not, because Nick Scorton on the other side, to me, he got pressure. But this guy gets pressure, but he just doesn't get home. He has like 4 sacks in the last 2 years or something like that, 4 or 5 maybe. But he does get pressures. But when you look at him, you think he should be the number 1 overall pick. Just but physically being an athlete that's better than everybody. He's better than Abdul Carter athletically. But it just he just doesn't do anything with it. It's just he pops up and it's 3rd and 8 and he pops up and he just holds the blocker and I'm like, man, if you don't get around that edge, come on with it. But to me, he's a project, and I do like the physical tools, but where do you take this cat, and what is he going to end up being in the long run? That's my first question. But what about you?
My first one is going to be Jackson Dart. I'm not getting this. Him being taken in the first round, it makes zero sense to me. I don't want no Lane Kiffin quarterback. I really don't. These are guys who come out of the huddle knowing where the ball going to go. There's no progression. You're not reading anything. You come out of the huddle. If that guy does this, he's getting the ball. I don't like that about a quarterback at all when you go into the next level. So he's good as far as running the ball, but as far as going through progression and read and find open receiver, I don't think he's going to be any good. It's like you said, he's going to be a project. But it's hard to be a project taking in the first round.
Right.
It really is. Because he's just way off the beaten path compared to the other two guys ahead of him as far as quarterback. I just can't see it. And they keep talking about Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, don't do it. Do not do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You've been dealing with these quarterbacks for the last 7 years. These same type of guys. So whatever you do, Pittsburgh, don't do it. Let somebody else be the fool.
Pittsburgh might not have a choice.
Yeah.
At this moment, Pittsburgh might have to say Jackson Dart is a trade-up candidate for them. If it's looking like that, who'd you like more, Jackson Dart or Bo Nix?
Bo Nix. Of course, Bo Nix, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Even though his offense was similar. They ran some similar stuff, but I still thought Bo Nix was the better one.
Yeah, I agree. I like Bo Nix better. Dart is just a lot of again, like the segment, a lot of questions about him. Going on to my second questionable prospect, Cam Scatterbo.
Yeah.
I don't get it. From snap to snap, I either love him or I hate him. I either love what he does or I'm like, that won't translate. Even on his good plays, I'm like, that won't translate to the NFL. Dude is small. He is 5'9", which is not that small, but he ran a 4.65 40 at his pro day. And pro days are supposed to be faster than the combine. So if you really look at it, at the combine, he might have ran a 4.7. His jumps are really good. He 39.5 inch vertical, 10-foot broad jump. But whenever I watch him, he reminds me of, not in the play style, but like Deuce Vaughn.
No.
In college, Deuce Vaughn was doing stuff that was exceptional, but it wouldn't translate to the NFL, or it hasn't yet. And I kind of think Cam Scatterbo, with the things I do like about him, his contact balance is exceptional. Like he's like a bowling ball. He'll hit you and he'll just bounce off and keep going. But he's not gonna run away from no NFL defender. And he is physical, but I just don't see him being able to get through the hole with burst before the hole closes. So it's kind of like, if I'm wrong, he's James Conner.
Right.
If I'm right, he's like Peyton Hillis, but not the great year. remember when they tried to make Peyton Hillis got on the Madden cover, and after that it was done. So he could end up being that. I don't know where he goes. He could go 7th round, but his production as a runner is real good. It's just, I don't know if it translates.
Yeah. I'm with you at the part where getting through the hole before the hole closes.
Right.
You know, you got to be very decisive, and you got to make that cut in the NFL. And sometimes guys just can't get it. You know, the size and the speed is so much greater when you get to this level. A lot of stuff you got away with then, you ain't gonna get away. The arm tackles you broke then, you're not gonna break those arm tackles for the most part in the league. So yeah. I've been reading about him a little bit too, and I watched him in the Texas game. He looks like a little bowling ball.
That Texas game was an incredible game for him, but the other games I just don't know if they translate. The Texas game, he put the whole team on his back, and they damn near beat him, being like a 14-point underdog. Yeah. But yeah, he's just confusing. I don't know what to do with the cat. As a runner, he should be like a third round prospect. As an athlete, he may be undraftable as an athlete.
Right.
So, but yeah. All right, what you got for your second?
My second one is gonna be Luther Burden. Yep, Luther Burden, man. That for the football player, yes, absolutely, man. But the fact that that you're getting questions about his work ethic, I really don't like that in the receiver at all, man. And from the game when they played Alabama, how he just quit. That's not going to translate to the next level, because these guys in this 53 men expect you to be as committed as they are. And when you walk in there, you're on the bottom of the totem pole, son.
Yeah.
You really are, and you just got to accept that and grind and get through it. And I don't know if he's going to be a head case for our team and not getting there wanting to be know it all and how that would translate. I don't think it'd be very well at all. But yeah, Luther Burden, athlete, he can go. But I'm just talking about the other stuff, the off the field, the mental, the one to put in the extra work because now there's more work when you get to this level and trying to deal with these DBs. But yeah.
And the funny part about it is Luther Burden is my third questionable because for the same reasons, for the off the field, the head case stuff, the getting into it with coaches kind of thing, but I still have questions about his tape. Like from the 2023 tape was phenomenal. Like he was projected to be a top 10 pick from his 2023 tape. And then this year it was half of that. Like slot only as of right now. I would be more confident if he had more outside reps at wide receiver, but it's a lot of coming out of the backfield, jet sweeps, smoke routes, get the ball and just go. I think his yak ability does translate to the NFL, but downfield when you have the best athletes at corner, I don't know. I want to see him outside. I felt a little bit better, and I would feel a little bit better if he was an outside receiver. And a lot of his stuff this year a lot of his production to me was off of stacks or motions, or like they would motion him into a stack, and that would just out leverage the defender. So if you're getting open that way, I give the credit to the coaching staff, not the player.
Right.
If I have to put you in a bunch to get you open, that's a play caller point, not a player point. If he just manned up, if he said, "Hey, got the guy in front of me, man to man, let's go at it," I beat you on the in breaking route or out breaking route without having like all the extra frills. I would be happier with this tape. But they show, I know like online on Twitter and everything, it's a huge debate about how good Luther Burden is. Where does he go? Is he a second rounder or is it late first? Then they put out this highlight tape of him beating, I don't know, Melman. Like he'll go cover one. He killed cover one from the slot because they just run a slot fade, and he's going to kill that cornerback. But those aren't NFL level cornerbacks.
Right.
And the NFL plays a lot of too high safety, so that slot fade ain't going to be there anyway.
No.
So, all right. So outside of that, what's his routes? Shallow crosser. Okay. A stack. You get in a stack, run a quick out to the flat or something like that. I just think if he goes to Detroit, or no, not Detroit, if he goes to Chicago with the Ben Johnson,
right.
Okay, I can see you. You're Amon-Ra St. Brown or you're Deebo Samuel. But if he goes to Chip Kelly or something, I'm like, ugh.
Arthur Smith.
Or Arthur Smith. It's just it's a waste. But that's funny. Like that was my last questionable.
Yep. And my third one is going to be Cam Ward.
Ooh.
And a lot of it is based on going number one overall, but the accuracy issues and the fact that he won't live to play another play. He wants every play to be that big play, and that'll get you in trouble. We've seen a little bit of that this year with Will Levis, man. And I watched his pro day, the workout and everything. He looked good, but there was some throws he missed that I thought he should have made. You ain't supposed to miss on your pro day, you know. And I'm kind of like you when you talk about the NFL guys when they want to evaluate them, they should have to go away from their player. I don't need this scripted stuff. I want to see you in a whole nother environment. I don't want to see you in that environment because you ain't gonna have those guys when you line up on the field.
Right.
But the decision maker, And then its accuracy is what really bothers me a little bit. Accuracy is one of those things you really don't get to fix that. Josh Allen is the exception. He came in, he wasn't that accurate in some kind of way they fixed it. But most guys, they don't seem to get more accurate as they come, because what happens is if you're looking downfield and the receiver's open, you're late.
Yeah.
You got to throw the receiver open.
Anticipate.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're holding the ball too long waiting to see if the receiver open. When he's open, you're late, because by the time you get that ball to him, the defensive back on close on him. But he definitely needs to work on the accuracy and the decision making. But other than that, I have no much problem with it. But those are huge issues for me.
So last year, where would you rank him? With like a Drake May? Would you take Drake May over him?
I would probably take Drake May over him. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So the question I have with him is the decision making.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with most of his accuracy. Like, to me, his accuracy misses were short or intermediate, right? But the downfield accuracy, especially like on bucket throws, was really good. Like, if he had to get it up and over a linebacker or a safety, he could do that well. The decision making was abysmal. Yeah. Like, he has Jordan Love, but like he if he sees triple coverage, he will throw it in there, or if he's running to the right, he will throw it across body to the left, and he's just got so much confidence in his arm.
Yes,
he's got a good arm.
Yes, that's the problem right there. The confidence in his arm.
Overly confident in his arm, but other than that, I do like him, and I think the Titans should draft him, because you got to take multiple shots to me. But if he doesn't get that decision making under control,
we've been watching this the last 2 years.
It's a wrap. Yeah, it's a wrap.
Oh man. Well, we're almost there, man. We're almost there.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Hell, you got anything else?
On the rules change when we was talking about that earlier. They're talking about expanding replay assist, which means more flags. Roughing the passer, face mask, horse collar. It would only be used to pick flags up, not to throw them. So they'll throw the flag just so they can go look at it to see if they missed it or got it right. Was it a horse collar? It looked like a horse collar, so I'm going to throw the flag. And then you get to go look at it to make sure it was a horse. That's just going to prolong the game if you're going to get the replay assist. I guess the replay assist actually comes from New York and give them a chance to look at it. You throw the flag and say, I didn't see it all with my naked eye, but I'm throwing this flag to stop the play, and hopefully New York can get it down to us within a decent time.
If they can actually get it in a decent amount of time and it doesn't slow the game, I'm okay with it. To me, this is the Mahomes rule. This is coming off of the Texans game in the playoffs where they were up in arms because there was 2 personal foul penalties on the Texans defenders when they were pretty much phantoms.
Right.
They were phantom calls. And I'm sure those would have been overruled, and the game might have turned out differently. So I'm okay with it, as long as it doesn't add more. Like, they don't need to go under the hood.
Right.
I don't ever need to see another ref go under the hood again. Just go ahead. Like even in NBA, to me, why are the refs going to the score screen or whatever screen they're looking at?
Too much. They're doing too much.
Have a designated You're making all this money. Have an extra ref and they make the call because they've got all the camera angles. So I'm as long as it's quick.
Yeah.
As long as it's quick. Other than that, nah.
Because you notice this year they stopped throwing it on horse collar. They say they were going to just wait till Monday morning and send you a fine versus stopping the game and check every horse collar. So now they're trying to rescind that, I guess, and throw the flag and then let New York deal with that.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of flags. Especially to start the season, because you remember last season they were doing the offensive tackles had to be on the line of scrimmage, and that was annoying to start the season. Like, every big play was called back because the offensive lineman was a little bit too far back. So that's interesting.
What do you think about James Cook and the Bills calling off negotiations? He wants $15 million a year, which would make him the third highest paid running back in the NFL. He's coming into his fourth year and making $5 million. So they calling off the contract deal because he wants $15 million.
I wouldn't pay it. I'm with the Bills on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I am unless you are special, unless you are the top 10 level running back, like physical specimen, we're never gonna find this again. I'm not paying a running back. If you want $15 million, who's to say that your production's gonna continue? And who's to say we didn't help you with that production?
Right.
We got you in a spot where they are scared of Josh Allen. So hell, it's a little lighter and easier for you to get into the end zone. But other than that, like, I'm not paying a running back. I just don't.
I mean, he ought to be glad that he's successful in Buffalo. I would never think he's the type of back for Buffalo. And you got Ray Davis right behind him. I think they're ready to go. If he acts up, I mean, Ray Davis fits what they're going to do anyway. He's a bigger back.
Right.
To handle the Buffalo weather and stuff like that. But he had a good year this year, and he want to beat his chest a little bit. But I'm like you, I'm not giving you 15. No, that's more than Jonathan Taylor and a lot, Josh Jacobs and all those guys. Why would I give you that kind of money? You had one good year.
Right.
And that was this past year. You scored a lot of touchdowns, but as far as just real production, I'm not going to give you that kind of money. You hadn't done enough for that yet.
So, what do you think happens? Do they end up franchising them, or do they pay it?
I think they let him walk. I think they'll go ahead and let Ray Davis take over. I really do. I don't think they do it unless he comes off that number. No, I don't think they do it, man. But I'd like you. I definitely wouldn't do that at all.
Because to me, there's a handful of backs in this draft.
Yeah.
I can.
Oh, this is edge and defensive tackle and back. There's plenty in this draft.
Yeah.
There's
So
plenty.
I feel like I can get a replacement. I'm sorry.
No doubt.
But yeah, you ain't getting that. Sorry, brother. We paying Josh Allen all this money. We'll just bring in another one.
Yeah. What do you think about the NFL allowing the teams in the world to throwback jerseys up to 4 times in 1 year?
So say that again?
They're going to allow the teams to wear their throwback jerseys up to 4 games in one season.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And when they do it, I hope they allow them to do different forms of the throwback jerseys.
Yeah.
Like if they like the Seahawks. The Seahawks throwbacks, I want the navy one, and then I want the white one.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that idea. Just bringing more eyes to the game. That to me that'd be perfect.
Yeah. What do you think about your boy Trey Lance to the Canadian Football League, the Rough Riders?
It's embarrassing because the team gave up a 4th round pick that they don't have in this draft for a CFL quarterback. If he does, so the report is if he doesn't get a NFL contract, he's already. What team was it?
The Saskatchewan Rough Riders.
Rough Riders. So,
Yes.
man, they gave up a 4th round draft pick for a CFL quarterback, basically. What a waste! What a waste! And the damn Cowboys still want to admit that was a mistake.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's it, man.
But yeah, that's all I got. Let's see if anything else came around.
I also seen that the Raiders may be interested in trading for Kenneth Walker from the Seahawks. Of course, Pete Carroll guy again, bringing another one over. If I'm Seattle, depending on what they asking for, I might go ahead and do it unless Charbonnet take the lead role.
Yeah.
So if they want to get down like that and they offer me something nice, that's good. And for the Raiders, I mean, they got their running back. They don't have to take people. Got them taking Genty.
Yeah.
And they can move back out of that if they don't really want to do that.
See, I think this is contingent on them not getting Genty. So if they strike out, let's say Genty goes to the Patriots or something crazy.
Right.
Then they'll double back and be like, all right, let's get Kenneth Walker. I think right now they have their eye on Genty. Them and the Bears.
Yes.
He's gonna end up in one of them two situations, and if not, that's when they'll go get Kenneth Walker. How do you feel about Kenneth Walker now? I remember a couple years ago he was. Was he a flash in the pan or what is
I
it?
think he's good. It's just he just got hurt. I think he's a good. He's a game breaker. He can run off the big plays. I think he's good, man. I think he's good. I think it'll work out for the Raiders. If they did miss out and then they came back around and got him in that way, I think it'd work out for the Raiders for sure.
Okay. All right. Cool. I think that's all we got for today. Good episode. A lot of information. We're gonna wrap it up. I appreciate y'all in this discussion. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate all the likes and subscribes and all that other stuff that we'll end up getting. You got any parting shots? Any?
No, man. Appreciate everybody for listening. We'll be back here next week. Another week closer to the draft.
Yeah, I think next week we're gonna try to do do some positional rankings. Maybe do like a top 5. Get our top 5 quarterbacks, maybe top 5 running backs, and just kind of nail this thing down. I can't wait for the draft. Yeah. It's gonna be great. But until then, thank y'all for watching. Peace out.
Later.